guys, welcome to Inside the Net Football Talk Show, where we bring you match day predictions, we bring you your weekly match day review. I'm here with my fellow host, TK. So TK, can you briefly introduce yourself?
Yeah,
also?
welcome to Inside the Net. As you all know, I'm Wale Taufik, a co-host for this particular show. This is where you get in-depth analysis of football games that will be played over the weekends, Champions League, amongst others. You're in the right place. Grab your popcorn, your Coke, just sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
All right. So today we are going to be doing match day prediction, starting for this particular weekend. And I want you to pay attention to every detail that we give you this weekend. So today we will be going straight to the Premier League now. The first game we have on Premier League is by 12:30. That's Chelsea versus Everton. So TK, what's your opinion about the match?
Yeah, I understand that Chelsea they are at least trying to compete for the Champions League spot, possibly because the last I checked. There are about 5 teams qualifying to Champions League next season from Premier League.
Yes.
So they are currently sitting in the 6th position. So for them to cement their chances of going to the Champions League next season, they will try as well to beat Everton. So I will be going with about a 2 goals advantage in favor of Chelsea, since they are coming to the Stamford Bridge. I think that is their home turf. I think they should win with about 2 goals difference. Let's say 2-0.
Do you think Chelsea still have the chance for the Champions League? Looking at the position they have currently.
Yes, they are currently in the 6th position, of course.
Oh, it's very dicey at the moment.
It is, just 2 points behind the 5th position team, the position team, like the 5th position team on the log.
Man City and Aston Villa. That Aston Villa game was Aston Villa's chance to add. Created a more chance for them, but they blew it.
Yeah, they blew their
same
chance
thing to Chelsea too. Oh? Do you understand? So it's very dicey for them at the moment.
Of course,
because I don't think Newcastle, Man City, and Nottingham Forest, they are going to rest on that regard.
Of course, they don't want to rest also, I think Man City is playing against Nottingham Forest, those kind of things. Not really. So
okay, so we'll be looking at. You said Chelsea Everton.
Chelsea, I think Chelsea should beat them 2-0. Yes.
2-0. Okay,
yes.
I'll be looking towards. It's a game that should have a lesser goal, so I'll be looking at probably 1-1. Yeah, 1-1. 1-1 Chelsea Everton.
So
Everton has been pretty solid these days. So
okay.
All right. So let's look at Brighton West Ham.
Brighton West Ham. If you are looking at this particular team now, West Ham this season they've not been up to par as regards the level that they expected to be. They are presently sitting at the 17th on the table. It's not something that we can actually boast of. They can boast of. Coupled with the fact that they had their star man who was involved in an accident. Talking of Antonio. I think that actually did not help them to some extent also. So I still feel they should. I don't know. Let me just say, I think Brighton should come up top in this particular game, like a 1-0 win for Brighton.
A 1-0 win for Brighton.
Yes, for Brighton.
All right. So for me, I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. 2-2 draw for Brighton and West Ham. So Newcastle Ipswich. Newcastle, just as like I said earlier, as regards Chelsea, while they are trying to fight for the Champions League spot, Newcastle now also with about 5 games to go. Chelsea also has 5 games to go. Chelsea playing against Everton and Newcastle now they will also want to go to the Champions League and the confidence level is high in that particular team. Coming back, winning that particular trophy they won this season and they want to go to the Champions League and push for glory also, just like Aston Villa has done this season. Nobody expected that they will go that far. Exactly.
So I believe that Newcastle should win this comfortably. About 3-0.
All right. So I will be looking towards 3-1, Newcastle 3. Ipswich 1.
Okay.
So the next match is Southampton Fulham. Talking
about that particular one, Fulham, talking about our boys, Calvin Bassey and Alex Iwobi. Of course, I want to support them because they are innate boys, the Nigerians in that team, because of them. So I feel they should beat Southampton because Southampton, their place in Premier League has ended. They are no longer part of the Premier League for next season. They've actually been confirmed relegated. So Fulham should win this against them. About, let's say, 2-1, 2 goals to 1 in favor of Fulham.
Okay, so I'll go for 2-0 in favor of Fulham.
Okay.
2-0 in favor of Fulham. So the next match is Wolves Leicester.
Wolves Leicester City, having confirmed their place also in the relegation zone, I think Leicester City, you can see that they are star man. Yeah, who has spent about 13 years in that particular team, in person of Jimmy Vardy, has announced that he's leaving at the end of the summer. That is to say, you can't be loyal forever. You have to move at some point. He doesn't want to go on relegation. Of course, their social media handle X, they said that their greatest ever player is leaving their team. That is Jimmy Vardy. So of course, it's more like their greatest ever player. He has won a lot of, of course, like what they did in 2016, Ranieri, winning the EPL. Of course, I want to believe that.
They also won FA Cup.
Yeah, of course.
Community Shield.
So I feel Leicester should lose this particular one.
Okay.
They should lose. At least they have nothing to lose again. They are confirmed to be.
So what are you?
Let's say 2-0 against Leicester City. Yeah, Wolves should come out victorious.
2-0. All right. So I see. I think I also lean to 2-0 also for Wolves. Wolves Leicester 2-0. Then the next game is Bournemouth Manchester United.
Manchester United. I will be tipping Manchester United to win this one. Let's say about they are not really performing very well up front there. Let's say a 1-goal advantage in favor of Manchester United. Let's say 2-1.
2-1. Okay. As for my boys also, I'll be tipping them to win the game. So I will go for 3-1 this time. 3-1 this time. Then we have Liverpool Tottenham. Over
the past couple of meetings, Liverpool has come out victorious over them. And in this particular game, this is a pivotal match in this particular season. Liverpool just needs to have a point in this particular game, and that's the end. Exactly. They've cemented their place as the champion of England for this season also. For that, if they should just have a point, I think they should just win this one by 3-1 against Tottenham. Easy. 3-1.
All right. So I'm also tipping Liverpool to win. I'm tipping 2-0 Liverpool Tottenham 2-0.
Okay.
Then we have Nottingham Forest and
Brentford. Yes, Nottingham Forest, Brentford. Nottingham Forest. They are. There's a team that nobody will expect that they will, be at this level they are now. Currently sitting fourth at the log. So I expect that they should come out victorious in this particular game. Nottingham Forest, about 2-1.
Okay. But I think Brentford can also stand up against.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Because of the positive energy within the squad. I just believe that they should come out victorious.
Yeah, they should, because or else they are in trouble.
Of course, they are. They are in trouble.
Or else they are in trouble. So I also expect them to. But I see them playing a draw.
But I want them to be in the Champions League next season because they've actually done a very good job.
Definitely.
They've done a very good job.
I don't mind Man City dropping.
No, Man City should not drop.
They should not go. Man City should not drop. At this point, I want them to go and play Europa. It's very good to see Guardiola.
Guardiola doesn't play Europa.
Guardiola in Europa. All right, so Nottingham Forest Brentford, 2-2 draw. Nottingham Forest Brentford.
Okay.
Now straight down to round 35. For some of these teams, I will be playing 2 matches.
Of course.
This particular weekend. Mm-hmm. So we have Manchester City Wolves. Manchester
City should win this comfortably. Let me say about 2-0. I think if you're looking at the Mamouche now, Mamouche has been doing a good job so far. Like the job he has been doing in the absence of their star man, Erling Braut Haaland. He has done a very good job. So I expect that they should win this about 2-0. They should win.
Okay. Man City Wolves. I'm tipping a 1-1 draw. Man City Wolves. Then Aston Villa and Fulham.
If you're looking at that particular one, I will be going with a 1-1 draw for Aston Villa and Fulham. 1-1 draw.
Okay, Aston Villa and Fulham. I will go 2-1 in favor of Aston Villa.
Okay.
2-1 in favor of Aston Villa. Then Everton Ipswich.
This particular match, I will expect that Everton should win. So in favor of Everton, I'll be tipping them 1-0 victory over Ipswich.
All right, Everton Ipswich for my side, 2-1 in favor of Ipswich. Yes, 2-1 in favor of Ipswich.
Okay.
Then
their battling relegation, I feel their pace is also almost confirmed.
It's already confirmed.
So of course, because they're just 15 points away from West Ham.
I still want Ipswich should still beat Everton 2-1.
Okay.
Then Leicester Southampton.
Leicester Southampton.
No, this is a relegation battle. They are confirmed already. Both of them are confirmed. So I think Southampton, Leicester, a 1-0 victory in favor of Leicester.
Okay, 1-0 in favor of Leicester.
Mm-hmm.
Then the last game there, that's Arsenal versus Bournemouth. Arsenal,
Arsenal should win this particular game. We're talking about the game they should have won against Crystal Palace, where they actually came out with a 2-2 draw.
So this particular one, I think they have nothing to lose again. They are not going to win the league again. It's almost, certain that they are not winning the league again, because just Liverpool just needs a 1 point, just a point in their next game. So of course, I expect that Arsenal should win particular one. Let's say about 2-0.
2-0 Arsenal Bournemouth.
Yes.
So 3-1 Arsenal Bournemouth from my side.
Okay.
So let's quickly go to La Liga.
To
pick up some games there. So we are going to be picking Atletico Madrid Alaves, pick Barcelona Valladolid, then Real Madrid Celta Vigo, and Real Sociedad Atletico Bilbao.
We should be talking about the El Clasico this weekend also,
Yeah, I think
the Copa del Rey final.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
That's there also.
That's very,
there also. And also we need to discuss the downfall of Girona. Because
from
Girona
from title contender last season
to contender, fighting relegation this season.
It's really bad.
It needs to be discussed.
It needs to be discussed. It is.
I don't know what happened to them, but I guess I just hope they don't get relegated. That would be very bad. That would be very bad. So let's predict Atletico Madrid Alaves.
Atletico Madrid Alaves, that particular match should be easy for Atletico Madrid. I think we should win about 3-0. We saw what they did the last time they played, where this guy in his first season in La Liga, he has scored more than 15 goals in all competitions, and he's doing very, very well. That's Julian Alvarez. That's a good one for him. Everybody was talking about him being in the shadow of Haaland in Manchester City. Of course, we all know that whenever he's called upon to play, he delivers. He's proven that he needed to be in the first team also. That is not to say that Haaland should be benched. Haaland is a very, very top player also, just like he is also, and he's actually doing that very well. So easy 3-0 in favor of Atletico Madrid.
All right, so 2-0 from my side.
Okay.
Alaves in favor of Atletico Madrid.
Right.
Then Valladolid Barcelona.
Barcelona should win that. But those kind of matches are matches that they should win without even,
Now Barcelona is trying to give the likes of Ansu Fati the chances to play Hector Font. These guys, a particular match before their last match, there was this particular, action from Ansu Fati where he was told to warm up. He was later told to go and see that, so he got vexed and he was kicking the box, and eventually was told to play the last match, which he actually played well. He had some couple of shots on goal, but they could not result into a goal. But eventually they struggled to win by 1-0. That's against Mallorca, where Dani Olmo eventually came out as a scorer of that particular match. So I think this particular match, these are times that we can still try to, use Ansu Fati. He needed that playing time just to boost his confidence level again. It's more like he doesn't have that confidence again. You can see that in the last match, there was some shot that he should have taken. On the normal day, the Ansu Fati we knew back there, and he would have scored those goals. Of course, so Barcelona should win that with about, let's say, 2-1, because these days, they've been struggling to really score goals, just like we've been knowing them.
So I see Valladolid, that's 3-0.
Yes.
In favor of Barcelona, 3-0.
Okay.
The Real Madrid Celta Vigo.
Real Madrid should win that because they're trying to close the gap on Barcelona at every point in time. They're trying to do that. Real Madrid should win by at least like 2-0, 2-0.
Okay, Real Madrid Celta Vigo, 3-1. Real Madrid in favor of Real Madrid, 3-1 in favor of Real Madrid. And the Real Sociedad Atletico Bilbao.
Yes, Atletico Bilbao should win that. Should. No, man, that's a very, very tight game. It is going to be a tight one. So I'll be predicting a draw, 1-1.
Okay, for me, Real Sociedad beats Atletico Bilbao 2-1 because their star man is injured currently. So that's Nico Williams.
Yes.
So I think Real Sociedad should be able to use that as an advantage over them. So 2-1 in favor of Real Sociedad. All right, so let's quickly go straight down
To the match of the weekend in La Liga in Spain.
The Copa del Rey.
Copa del Rey final. You know, that particular match, coming about from about a couple of matches they played now this season, 9-2 against Barcelona. The first time they played against Barcelona, Barcelona charged them 4-0. The second one was 5-2. Those are from the King's Cup and the La Liga match they played. Now this is Copa del Rey final. Everybody's actually definitely going to tip Barcelona to win also. But that is not to say that Real Madrid is not a capable team. This particular team can spring surprises also. They have the players to do the job. But I'm definitely tipping Barcelona to win this one. And the match might actually go into extra time. But I feel Barcelona should win this, like about 2-0. 2 goals margin at most.
Yeah, so don't worry. I think we just have to wait till the 26th of the month to actually know.
Okay.
That's tomorrow. For the final Barcelona Real Madrid.
9 p.m. Nigerian time. Just don't miss it.
Yes.
So if you watch your time, don't worry. Barcelona Real Madrid is definitely going to be a lot of time. You see a lot of goals coming in.
Thank
see Barcelona dealing with Real Madrid.
Fans.
Of course, we are proud.
All right, so let's check some of the games in Italy. Let's check some of the games in Italy.
Of course.
Because Italy has been quite competitive this season also. So Italy games, we have the likes of Inter Roma.
Inter
Roma. We have the likes of Juventus Monza, Atalanta Leeds, Napoli Torino, and we have Venezia AC Milan. So, and we also have Como Genoa. Mm-hmm. So for Como Genoa, what's your
Como Genoa, that is definitely both of them are just on the same point in that particular grade now. I think they are sitting the 12th and the 13th position on that league, 39 points. Both of them have 39 points each. So I think this should be a really competitive match. So I'm predicting a draw for those two teams, about a 0-0 draw for the two of them.
For Como Genoa?
Yeah, 0-0.
All right, I see Como winning because this is their home. So it's expected they take the tough time to ensure they beat Genoa. So Como 2, Genoa 0.
Okay.
Then we have Venezia AC Milan. AC Milan they have momentum now after pulling out what they did against Inter. So I also see them winning the game.
Yes, of course.
Like 3-0.
Yes.
3-0 down.
I think I'll tilt towards your prediction also, about 2-0. So,
all right, so if you look at Inter AS Roma,
this is a battle for top spots, between Inter Milan and Napoli. They are both on the same point. I think 71 points, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
The first and second position team. Inter will try to go all out to ensure that they don't drop a point, because if they do, and Napoli tries to get about a point or 3 from the next game also, of course, they will go to the top of the table and Inter will come second. Either of them should try and just sleep. That's most likely they just need to maintain. The consistency is very, very key now. So I think Inter should win. Of course, I think they should win by 1-0 because now, of course, AS Roma is a very strong team also. But with the confidence level that is in that particular team right now, about 1-0 victory in favor of Inter Milan.
Okay, Inter Roma 3-1. Inter Roma 3-1 in favor of Inter.
Okay.
Then we have Juventus Monza.
Juventus should win this. Juventus should win this by 2-0 against a Monza team. I think Juventus should win. They are favourites for this particular game.
Yeah, I see them also winning 2-1.
Okay.
Against Monza. We have Atalanta Leeds.
Atalanta, sitting currently in the 3rd position. There's about 7 points below the first and second position team. Of course, I think they should win. They should win by about 2-0. 2-0 in this particular match.
So I see them winning 3-2. Atalanta Leeds 3-2. Napoli Torino.
Napoli should win this comfortably. They don't want to drop points. The morale is high. They want to be crowned the king of Italy. They want to be the winner there. They have Inter Milan to compete with. Also, they will be looking at Inter Milan to drop points while they are trying to do their own due diligence also to ensure that they win. They come out victorious in that particular game. So I wish them the best. So both teams, the best team will definitely win the league at the end of the season. So I'm tipping them to win about 2-1 in favor of Napoli against Torino.
Okay, Napoli Torino. Yeah, I think I'll also lean to 2-1 also, 2-1 in favor of Napoli. So I think with that we've come to the end of today's prediction. So just stay tuned to our next release, which is predictions towards the Champions League, the review of the matches, and what is expected to happen.
Of course.
So I will urge you guys to try as much as possible to listen to every of our podcasts, because we would have some magic predictions, we have magic highlights, magic reviews, in-depth reviews on it. And please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to click the subscription button. We love you guys. See you next time.
Yeah, don't forget, like I said, besides I said it all, subscribe, like, share to your WhatsApp groups where all those places you do your football banters. Share to them, let them subscribe, share, and like. That is the way you can support this particular platform. And we also want your reviews also. Drop them in the comment section. Thank you very much. Peace out.